Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry if I'm a little snotty. I've been cleaning and stuff and my nose is like normal. So today is a new video today, but first be sure to hit like, be sure to hit subscribe, and you know, whatever. So today is my very first like item video that I'm doing, and it's kind of wonky. I'm gonna warn you right now. We'll get to that in a minute. So today we are trying out portable washing machine and portable dryer. That's what we're going to talk about today. Obviously I have the products here to show you, so you know I'm not making this shit up. Because the reason why I say that is because I tested it off camera and filmed bits and pieces of it, because there was a lot of preparation and a lot of there has to be a lot of focus when using these machines so you don't fuck it up. So I kind of just decided that I was going to film it off camera and do like little side-by-side footage as I'm talking about it here. So if you see something pop up, it's just a little snippet of the testing section of the video, which we will get to that in a second. But little background story. I've always wanted to do like a trial video because there's a couple of our YouTubers that me and Andrew watch either separately or together, and they're just testing items. Either they find them at Walmart or Target or Wish app or Amazon, wherever, and I'm like, shit, I could do this. Sorry for my language, but I could do this very easily, you know. And so I'm like, well, what would I try out? There's so much stuff that I really don't need that I would kind of feel bad for spending money on. Kind of waiting for the right moment. Sorry for wiping my nose. I was waiting for the right moment to find that right item to test, and then I figured when the time comes, I will test it. So this came along because this was a constant dilemma since I moved out here, because we do not have laundry in my apartment building, this specific apartment building. There are a couple of neighboring apartment buildings that are owned by the same landlord, and those buildings have laundry in the basement. And he had told us we could go down there, no problem whatsoever. But I feel like if I go down there, I'm going to be interrupting somebody's laundry cycle, because, you know, people get into that cycle of, okay, today's the day I'm going to be doing laundry at 9 o'clock, whatever. I just feel like that is, you know, that's going to be interrupting somebody. So then, I believe it was on the channel Secret Life of Vivian, our lovely Vivian YouTuber who does Vivian Tries, and she does all kinds of as seen on TV products. She tries all kinds of Wish apps, dollar store stuff. If you really want to see her channel, go for it. I just type in Secret Life of Vivian and you'll find it. But she did this exact machine and this exact machine, this dryer, and I was instantly hooked. But it happened at 2 separate times. She didn't do them like I'm doing, like 2 in the same video. She did the washer first, and I'm like, oh, that would be kind of neat to get something like that, because I can just throw it in the bathtub and do laundry, and then, you know, all is well. But I was constantly held back by the fact that, okay, if I do just the washer, I don't have anything to dry with. You know what I mean? And then, like, a couple of weeks later, she did a portable dryer. So I'm like, awesome. So I looked it up and found the exact 2. She got them off of the Wish app, or found them on the Wish app, and then ordered them on Amazon so she could get them quicker. I did the exact same thing. They are the exact same machines. Not saying I'm trying to copy off of her or anything, but I'm just saying that from my experience, I went with the machines that she went with. I didn't try to look for something better or something cheaper. But overall, the wash machine itself, I believe, costed like... the number escapes me now. It was like in the upper mid-30s. Like, it wasn't a whole lot, like $34 maybe. And then this was like another $24. And so, the wash machine, really not a whole lot of preparation with that. And roll the side-by-side footage as we talk about it. So, the wash machine I used first, and it holds like 6 pounds of laundry inside. So I did like quick things, a couple t-shirts, this one included, you know, underwear, socks, a couple washcloths, which I believe I have a snippet somewhere of one of the washcloths that had like gotten toothpaste on it and stuff like that. So I wanted that to be like my my stain tester. So I washed those through, and when you open this out of the box, it's as is. There's no like having to put it together or needing to assemble it. It literally comes as is. There's a little bit of plastic up on the top here where the lid is, and I don't know why they put that on there because there's just no reason to have it there, and I had to like tear it off because they had it like inside the frame here, which is actually like molded into place. So I don't know how they got the plastic in there. Like they had it like folded over. I should have taken a picture of it to show you guys, but I was kind of worried about other things. But other than that, it was fine. You plug it in, you set it to, there's only two settings. There's a, and I'll show you here. We'll lift the camera and I'll show you. So, there's two settings here. There's a standard, gentle, or off, which is basically how your washer runs, and then how long you want it for, which is the highest of 15 minutes. So, with that being said, we'll put you back down here. So, I set my stuff to like standard and washed it for 15 minutes, and then I switched it over to gentle. I really didn't see a difference. Like, it just, when you first turn it on, and don't get afraid if you decide to get this, and you decide to test it out for yourself, or if you're like, oh my god, this is the item that I've been looking for, like I was, when you first turn it on, it'll kind of do a cycle at first, and then it'll stop, and then it'll do the cycle in reverse. So don't freak out, because that's what I did. I freaked out because I thought, oh my god, it died. You know, like it's not working, it's a waste of money. No, it's just that's how it works. It'll spin for a couple of minutes, then it'll stop, and then it'll spin again. I think I have footage of it doing that, so that way you guys can see that. The reason why I have towels in here is because it leaks. That's one thing that I did not like about this, is this thing does leak. When it's running, it will like shake and like knock my dryer down. It will shake and like slosh water around. And when I first tried it out, I had it on the floor in my bathroom, because my original idea was, oh, I'll put it in the bathtub, because Vivian on her channel, she said something along the lines that it leaks too. So it's like, okay, I kind of knew that was coming. So I was like, oh, I'll just put it in the bathtub and plug it in, and you know, try not to electrocute myself. And unfortunately, with the way my bathroom is set up, and I don't know, there's probably other bathrooms that are set up like this too, if it's a case where your bathtub is on one end of the bathroom and your outlet's like right by the door, which is on the other side, yeah, you're not gonna make it, because that's how my bathroom is set up. There's the bathtub, and then on the far end is the outlet. The cord is not long enough for that, so I had to literally set the washing machine in the middle of my bathroom, which made me super sketchy because I was worried that I was going to spill water everywhere, which I did. And it just was bad, because as you can see, you have this lovely hose right here, which is your outlet hose, and there is still some water in there, so I do not want to dump that. But basically, when you're ready to drain, you unhook that hose, and you put it, you basically have to make sure that your machine is higher than the drain that you're dumping it into. So like say you're doing it in your bathtub, you're going to want to have to put this on the ledge of your bathtub, because you got to let gravity do its work. Which is okay. I'm okay with that. There's no problem with a little manual labor for this stuff. But you have to be careful, because this thing is on like a very flimsy hook. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I'll zoom in for you guys. It's like a very flimsy hook. And I bumped it. Okay, I made the grand mistake of bumping it, and it fell on the floor when I had water up to like here, and it dumped everywhere. Also, the other thing that I really did not like was on the instructions it says fill to the fill line. Like, it says fill to the fill line, and then you can put your stuff in and stuff like that. I did not like the fact that there is like no visible fill line anywhere. The only thing that's visible is this lip, which is part of the plastic, which I honestly think I pulled when I was carrying it. But yeah, so I don't know. There's no fill line, and there's no fill line in the back either. So it's like, okay, how much do I fill it up to? There's no fill line. So basically what you're supposed to do, and I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but you're supposed to fill it up with water, add your detergent first, throw your clothes in, then turn it on. That's what you're supposed to do. So once you get that done, it should work fine. But I'm just saying, like, you know, if you don't know how much you're supposed to fill it up to, that could be a problem, because then there's more stuff to slosh over. Because there's a little hole right here. Okay, not a huge hole, but a little hole, and that makes a difference when you got the suds. And then the back was kind of leaking a little bit too. So I was kind of annoyed with that because I had a lot of towels down in my bathroom, as you can see. There's like there's maybe like one towel in here. The other two are thrown off somewhere else. But yeah, I had to do a lot of water cleaning during the first time, which is probably why one of the reasons why I did not record a whole lot, because I was preoccupied with that. But aside from that, if you know you're gonna have to be super careful and you do it right, it does actually work. Because this shirt, when I washed it, I know I'm moving the camera a lot, but this camera, when I washed it, I have eczema, so I have to wear a lot of ointment and stuff, and I have a bad habit of, like, if my eye feels weird, I go like this. I know that's really childish, but it's just something quick that I do, especially if I'm out in public and I don't have a rag or something. So I had a lot of ointment splotches, like oily splotches from the ointment, because, you know, it stained. That came right out perfectly fine. And the small stuff came out perfectly fine. You know, everything was clean. I don't really think I'm ever going to wash a towel in there, because I feel like that would just kind of screw it up. This stuff is definitely made for, like, quick items, like I said, like underwear, socks, shirts like this that are definitely that light, sportsy, stretchy material. I did wash a shirt, and I think I threw it in my room. It was a regular cotton shirt. It got super soaked, and it took the only reason why I'm saying this is because the more soaked the stuff is, the more you have to wring out, the more you have to rinse off, and then it takes longer to dry, which we'll get to that. So when your stuff is done washing, like the initial wash, you do have to, like, take it out and drain it, and then refill it and wash it again, and then just keep doing that process until the soap suds are gone. That's your rinse cycle. Me personally, I do not have the patience for that. So what I ended up doing was I did that way like twice, and I got super annoyed because I was like, okay, this is taking forever, and I was doing it at like 4 o'clock in the morning in my bathroom, which my bathroom, you can hear all the neighbors, so it's like I'm sure they could hear me, so I was kind of paranoid that I was going to wake somebody up and make them busy. It doesn't run loud. Getting a snot rag. Okay. It doesn't run terribly loud, but it is a noise that's noticeable, if that makes sense. Like, you will know if it's off or not. Like, when it's done doing its wash, there's no, like, timer alarm or anything. It just shuts off, and it's quiet. So it's like, if you're sitting watching TV while you're waiting for it to get done, excuse me, if you're waiting for it to get done, it may take you a minute to notice that, oh, it's done, because you're too busy listening to the TV and you can't hear when this thing stops. And you just happen to notice that there's no more sloshing sounds is the sign that it's done. So, like I said, I personally just rinsed the stuff out underneath, like, the faucet of the bathtub originally, and then stuff like that. And then kind of just wringed them out, and then threw them in a small bucket for the time being, because I was needing to set up the dryer. My personal tip is, if you, like, say you're doing one wash load, or you're just doing your first wash load, while you're doing that, set up the dryer, because that'll save you a whole lot of time. And the dryer does require some setup, but not a whole lot. Basically, you do have to unfold this lovely thing. It unfolds into a cube, which now we will start showing the footage for the dryer now. So it basically unfolds into a cube, and it came with some nice things. It came with a couple hangers so that we could hang, like, delicates and stuff like that onto it. In fact, I'll show you right now. I'll go get one of the hangers because I don't have anything on it anymore. I have one of the hanger things that came with it. This one's for, like, delicates and stuff. As you can see, I still have a washcloth that's clean, and 2 pair of socks that do not match. I just think I was putting them on there for the time being. So there's that. That came with it. And then it came with a lovely little bag for you to put all your stuff in, as clearly I have done. And so here is the dryer itself. It's you can say it's a hair dryer. It's a glorified hair dryer is what it is. So we'll get to this part in a minute because there's something about this that we need to talk about. Just a second, but that's a foreshadowing in the video. Okay, so once you get it set up, and again, there's probably clips playing right now of you seeing it set up. But it comes with these things here. These are little poles or racks, whatever you want to call them. They stick in the sides of the pet house thing, and they basically make your rack so you can hang your lovely, your mentionables. So there's 3 of those that are set up. You just basically, it's really simple. You could give it to your kindergartner to do it. Just click, round circle, round hole, right? We were all taught that in kindergarten, maybe even preschool. So it came with that, and then like I said, it came with the 2 hangers, the circular one, and then there's a straight one with the clips too. But you can also put in you can use hangers you have. Like if you have plastic hangers, I've heard people use wooden hangers. I have a couple of those, but I don't know if I would want to use wooden hangers because it does get really hot in there. Not like super, oh my god, the house is going to burn down hot, but it does get hot. And it does give off heat. So you want to do this on a 95-degree day, make sure you have your air conditioner turned on or a whole good window open because you will roast, because we did. So then there is this thing. Once you get it connected, there's a little sleeve in the back of the thing. It connects and then it inflates like a wonderful little lawn ornament. And you hang your clothes inside and you basically turn it on and there you go. So here's the options for it. And I know you can kind of see, you can either turn it directly on and it'll just stay on until you turn it off, or you can set it to direct time. So let's say you want to do 30 minutes, which is the first option here, which is really weird. So, gonna sneeze. Ugh, sneeze prevented, sorry. So, let's say you want to do it for 120 minutes, you turn it there. Right? Yeah, there. You turn it right there. And then, focus, there you go. 120 minutes, and then it's supposed to time, and then I think it shuts off when it's done. The reason why I say I think is because I tried to use this, and of course, I don't know how it happened, I don't know what happened, but I saw that you can turn it on, okay, great. And I noticed too that when you turn it on, like in the back here where you can see like all the little parts and stuff, it did flash like electrical blue, which I think I'll show you guys in a minute. See if I can recreate it for you guys to see the dangers of electrocution. Okay, so and I'm only pointing this out because I saw it and I thought, it's nothing, and then Andrew saw it and he's like, okay, what the hell is this? So let's see. I don't think you can see it. Yeah, it's definitely a good hairdryer. Okay, so I'm trying to recreate that. That failed. But yeah, so that's how it sounds. Give you guys an idea of how much it sounds like. But it definitely flashed blue, so I don't know if part of it had gotten wet or whatever. But as I was saying, I know I get into a tangent, but the thing that I noticed with it is you turn it back to do the timer, and let's say you do too much, so you go to put it back. That triggers it to shut off, I think, because that's what happened to me. And then I tried to fix it so I could redo it, and I couldn't get the machine to turn on, so I thought I broke it. Luckily, Andrew fixed it, so thank you to him for that. So, plug it in, you turn it on, in my opinion, don't use the fucking timer. Use the timer on your phone, or, put a timer on your oven. You're obviously going to be home while you're doing this. You definitely do not want to be going, like, out to dinner while you're doing this, because this definitely needs like constant, like a constant eye on it. Like you have to constantly keep checking it because you don't want to overdo it. So, turn it on, turn on your timer, whatever, and you put your clothes in there. You close up the little hatch so that way none of the air escapes. It inflates, and then it dries off the clothes, and it definitely a long process, but I don't think no longer than a regular dryer would ever do, in my opinion. But stuff that I did the other night, because it's been 2 nights ago now, so probably took I say about an hour to 30 minutes to dry all together because this thing also leaks, because obviously there's going to be water runoff from any of the clothes that you have in there, so don't put them in super soaked because you're going to be regretting it later. My suggestion is I use this towel here underneath it. Same towel, you know, because I figured if I'm not using the washing machine, I might as well use that for the dryer. But same deal is, you know, it leaks, whatever. If you have any long clothes and it touches the bottom, you might want to figure out a way to clip it up. Like I did that with Andrew's work shirts yesterday because he needed his work shirts cleaned. It definitely collects water at the bottom, so if you have long clothes and stuff like that, it'll get wet and saturated, so you don't want to do that, and that kind of deters it from drying quicker. So, after the first test altogether with both machines, I definitely was going to give the dryer more points than the wash machine because of my night and how it went. And water's filling everywhere, and it was just... And the way my hallway is set up, it's very narrow, so the dryer was blocking the way. It was definitely not what I had planned. But for the purpose that it was being used for, I definitely give it a high rating. You know, I definitely want to try and rate these items. But for the purpose that it's used for, it definitely works. It's not luxury items. Like, I hate to say it, but this is my wash rag here that I had washed with the toothpaste stains, and I think I had L'Oreal temporary purple hair dye because I tried to get this more purple than it needed to be, but it didn't work because my hair is too curly. So I had some definite splotches on here that needed to be cleaned, and it's clean. It's completely clean. Like, it's not dirty. It's not. There's nothing nasty about it. The only thing is it looks like a rag that you had like, say you ran this underwater and then left it hanging after you, like, at the first use. You know how a wet, like, if you're like me, you reuse a wash rag a couple days. Like, I know this probably sounds nasty and gross, but let's say you're just like doing a quick wash, you rinse it out and you know it's clean, you let it go hang instead of tumble drying. It doesn't get that fluffiness. It's just it looks like it hung in the same position for a while, so you have to kind of like unfold it, unmangle it. But it's clean and it smells very nice. It doesn't smell like mold or anything. And the socks, they're very nice and soft as well. And the shirt, like, the shirt feels like it's been washed through a regular machine, because, like, I wear the shirt quite often. If you see on this channel, I think I wear the shirt in almost every video. And so it turned out nice. So I was gonna rate it for practicability, you know, for practical use, what it's meant to do. Full 10 out of 10. I think it worked great. In my category, I'm gonna do this in categories because I'm kind of going as I go. Category of labor intensive. You know, this is, I like to think laundry is something where you throw laundry in, you do your timer, you can walk away and watch TV or whatever. This definitely is something that's constantly got to be checked up on. You got to make sure none of the cords are getting wet. Make sure that you're not leaking all over the place and causing possibly damage to your house because you're leaking a shit ton of water. Overall, stuff like that, I give it a 5 because it's definitely annoying after the first 20 minutes we have to go keep checking it. It's also annoying with the whole rinse cycle thing because if you get like a shit ton of soap suds in there, it can build up and that takes forever to rinse out. So I think the whole process of rinsing it out, I think the makers need to make a process where you can flip a switch and it, like, there's a motor that sucks it out and it's like a vacuum that sucks it out into the drain. Because on top of that, once this thing is filled, it is super heavy. To me, it's heavy because I'm weak and I don't have arms. It's definitely heavy, so it's a bitch to lift it up higher to drain, and also keep mind of that tube. You have to keep mind of that tube, otherwise it'll leak everywhere. It'll fall off and leak everywhere. So, very hard to be multi-handling things, trying to lift it, trying not to break it, because if you lift it from up here, there's handles right here, but for some reason this is to like pull off the entire top. I don't know why they made that a feature. I feel like this should just be built in altogether, but it's not. So you gotta be careful that you have to actually grab it down from the bottom, and then there's a handle in the back. A little bit easier, but if you don't get it right away, you kind of can hurt your back doing it. So I say, be careful with that. And then of course it leaks. That's the thing that I didn't like, was that it leaked. Luckily though, my lovely mother, who I always go to for advice, as her only child would, my lovely mother came with the idea. It's a small sized wash machine. It can fit in a I'm gonna say standard size kitchen sink, like stainless steel kitchen sink, because that's where I put it in yesterday to wash Andrew's shirts. It fit perfectly. That reduced the rating, or improved the rating, on my opinion, so much better, because then I didn't have to worry about it leaking everywhere, because it was leaking right into the sink, into the drain, no problem. I could lift the hose and tip it over to the other side, into the other sink, and drain it that way. And then just as soon as it had enough drain out of it, I could lift it better. And then also, my sink faucet has one of those faucets that you pull so you can like extend it. So I can extend it and then have the hose, the outlet hose, into the bottom of the sink, and then I can run water through this, and it causes a better rinse cycle type situation where you can just basically cycle through new water like a regular washer would. It's a little bit more work, so I give that, I go from 5 to 8 with that one, but it definitely improved like the overall experience, because I'm like, I don't want to, my brain was going to that place where like, I don't know if I want to use this if it's going to be leaking everywhere, but now I definitely have improved it. So thank you, Mama Kay, for giving me that idea, because it definitely worked. And I know she's going to be watching this video because I'm sending it to her. As for the dryer, there really is no two ways around it. You plug it in, you do what you gotta do. It leaks a little bit, but no big deal. It definitely works. You just have to keep an eye on it so you don't burn your clothes. Also, I'm going to say this because, and I'm not trying to point out anything nasty, but Andrew had a couple of like decently good grease stains on his work shirts, so he wanted to get those off. I tried. We did like a good 3 wash round with the water, and then we drained it, and then we did another 3 like cycle spin. So that way it was washing for a very long time. The one shirt came out and it still had the stains on it, so I don't know what type of grease he got into, but it was so very stubborn stains that have been on for a long time. And I think it was just deodorant stains is what it was, but it just, typical white deodorant stains. But that did not come out, so I don't know how old the stain is. Depends, because like that shirt had sat in the closet for a while because we just couldn't get out to wash it, so he just moved on to the next new shirts, and we were just constantly washing those, and we kind of just forgot about it. So I tried washing that so that way he could wear it again. It definitely came out completely crap. So I don't know if that means something, like if you have, like, say, a stained blanket or a stained towel that you completely forgot about, it got thrown into the back of your laundry and you just completely forgot about it like I would, and you came back to it a couple of weeks later and it's still there. It may take a longer time to get it out with this thing, because I don't think it's as powerful as a regular washing machine, because obviously it would cost a whole lot more and probably weigh a whole lot more and be bigger, and it would be a regular washing machine. So overall, I love these products. I'm definitely going to be using them a whole lot because it saves me trips to the laundromat, it saves me trips down to the other basement in the other building and aggravating neighbors, and it also saves money. You're using your own water, you're using your own electricity, you're already paying for that stuff in rent or whatever, or if you own a house, you're already paying for that stuff anyway, which if you own your own house, you probably don't need these, so ignore me. But yeah, it definitely works. So, big thumbs up for that. And so I'm totally happy with this thing, and I recommend it to other people who may be in the same situation that I'm in, where you don't have a laundry in your house, and it's a constant battle to run out and get laundry done because of your schedule and stuff like that. So, not saying that I have more dirty clothes, like, over because I couldn't wash them. I've definitely tried to get them washed. I've gotten them washed. It was just, trying to get it done. Like, it was a constant nag. Now it's not so much of a constant nag. It's like, okay, we have enough laundry, let's go do it. So, definitely gonna like this. I'm gonna fix everything up so that way you guys enjoy this video. And I'm going to be doing more trying videos soon. I already have another product that I'm going to be trying out in the near future that I found at Walmart. But I think I'm going to do like a decent Walmart haul video, so it's not just one item. And yeah, so that'll be that. So if you'd like this video, give it a huge like. And if you like this product, I say get it on Amazon. Don't go on Wish. Not saying that I love Wish. Wish has awesome stuff. But if you're like needing this like now, like I was needing it like now, Amazon's probably a better place to get it because you're gonna get it more on time. Because you know with Wish, you order it and you get it like 3 months later. That's how it is. This I got literally the next day after ordering it with Amazon Prime. No, this video isn't sponsored by Amazon Prime or Wish. I'm just saying, like, if you need it quick because you're tired of running all over the place, get it on Amazon. It's worth the extra money. Trust me. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!